Episode 3, Hyperdrive. Time is fluid. You find your heroes, and we're going a little bit of a recap. You see the Jujitsu guys in recap. You see the first Christmas party where we was Koski and everything was super dope. You only see a couple members, but we've grown because time has flown. But yeah, man, you see there, we've been vibing, been really finding ways to just be true to who we are, right? So BNF, we here.
He can just beat Waffle. I don't know. Who is that? Who is that?
Playing Buenos Aires while they sleep in Buenos Noches. Wonder if I wrote this. Cause it's the most broken stockbroker when I source this. I could win an Oscar. Russian accent Hosky.
You understand one right there? There's fresh ones. There's 2 left in here. And one left with the squad. Oh, come on.
Alright, so I would say my favorite BNF moment. I had to really sit there and think about it. I was like, when is my favorite BNF moment? And then I think about it, I'm like, every moment that we share together where we just laugh until we're splitting sides is my favorite moment. And so I said, now, this is my favorite memory. Everybody together except for someone else that we're missing, you know, shout out to you. I'm always thinking about you. This is my favorite moment, you know, because I read a quote the other day. It was like, who do you, name a list of people, name a list of people that can make you laugh off rip every time. And every single one of these jokers was on the list. So. Y'all look like the black. Fat bags black. So yeah, my favorite memory with BNF is right now. This is any moment where we're sharing, laughing till we can't breathe. That's my favorite moment.
Your favorite memories with BNF?
Gosh, man, we have so many memories that I can like point to. I would say one of the coolest memories I've had this year is the creation of like the shirt and combo that I have on our merch line or whatever. This is one of our major figures that's part. It's like basically a male that looks like an African American male, but he's in an anime format. He's on a cloud from a play of Dragon Ball. It's a conversation I had with Marte, who's part of the group, and it was just depicting who we are. So having this memory of starting this journey of like really starting to create things that represented me as a male or just part of this culture has been really awesome. Something I never thought I would do, so I appreciate having this space within BNF to do so and just really create things that I didn't think I would have an opportunity to do or thought I could.
All right, so tell me about your favorite BNF memory.
I would say my favorite BNF memory so far has been overall, it's the whole DreamCon experience. Being able to have that new experience with most of the group being there, around most of our people, just seeing people, so many people that look like us, our demographic, and that kind of space where it was all us for us supporting each other, and it was good to take a trip with everybody too, just outside of like a normal everyday life that we live. So being able to experience all of that with everybody, experience new things as a group, making new memories, and yeah, I think those kind of things right there, those are priceless. It's something you can't put a price on those. You can't buy those. Like just being together and feeling supported and everybody getting along. There's a little mess, but it's good mess, it's funny mess, but there's no like ill will, no negativity, none of that. It's like just pure support and positivity, and overall just sticking together in that type of environment with everybody. It's just something you have to experience, and hopefully in the future we can expand and bring more people in so they can relate to that too. I would love for more people to be able to find that, people who were once like us who didn't have that support, being able to offer that to them.
So I think that my favorite memories of being with the group is the times in which we've had the opportunity to go and see the Marvel and DC movies. The Black Boy Joy that has been expressed in just being excited about getting ready for the movie, and then just being in it with the fellas as well. And then the debriefs have been amazing. I think, I'm actually going to call one of our members out right now on this, who in my mind is one of the spirits of the group, Jamarte. He had a work event and he told us that he may or may not be able to make it, but he ended up making it in the middle of the movie. And his presence brought so much joy and excitement to the experience that by the end of the movie, we were just laughing so hard, just based upon him coming in the middle and dapping up everybody. And what I've loved about every single one of the movies that we've went and watched together is that, like, at the end of the movie, we never allow, the staff to rush us at all. We will literally sit in there and we will have like a whole conference and meeting and, just debriefing everything that we saw in the different parts and really connecting it and stuff like that. And by the time we're done, the whole movie theater has been cleaned up, right? As they're preparing for the next showing, but we're literally still in there. Just enjoying the community that we've created. And then once we leave, the energy is still super, super high, even as we walk out the door. So I think the best memory for me are the memories just specifically that were made in the moment, right? The authenticity of it. And again, just the Black Boy joy that was created. So my favorite times have been the movies that we've had an opportunity to do. And what's really cool too is oftentimes, you want to go and see the movies right as they're coming out. You want to see the movies, on the weekend, but we've made it a duty of ours to find time during the week to break up our busy schedules and still make the time to be able to enjoy something that brings us together and something that we all love despite all of our busy schedules as, full-time professionals, as fathers, as brothers, as caretakers and things of that nature. So the best memory for me has been the memories that have just been made in general.
All right, B, so what's your favorite BNF memory?
If I had to say, it's really two. It was the first day I met the guys, they all welcomed me in and they treated me like they know me for years, so that was great. If I had to say a second memory, it was definitely just this last week we went to Anime Frontier. Had never been to an anime convention before. I always wanted to go, but big crowds aren't really my thing by myself, so having a group to kind of insulate me a little bit from the anxiety, it helped. So it made it a good time, and I want to go to more.
Like, when it comes down to favorite moments, I feel like I'm getting a new favorite moment all the time with these dudes, cause every time we link up with something new. So we got a new phrase called intergalactic. I can't say the whole word. I can't say all of it because it's inappropriate, but it was from a random conversation. That was just tonight. But if I go off just like the overall time frame that we've been together, I had to say the very first Christmas party we had, it was super dope because it was a moment where we all dressed up as the Koski, so we was like on that gang type stuff. And we also were really, really trying to form as a group and become a super team. It was like we turned into the Power Rangers, started there. And then when got Brandon and Ray came in, like the Green Ranger, it just made our group even stronger. Forget the part of the Green Ranger jumping in and kicking everybody's ass. Like that part didn't happen. We was all linked up like that, right? But that would have to be the first moment. But the second moment is actually DreamCon, bro. We went to DreamCon as a group and had a situation where we were able to really be part of history, right? Because DreamCon is a black, all that type of con. We all cosplayed. We did a Demon Slayer cosplay. I had my titties out a little bit. And I was Tanjiro. And in that regard, it was a situation where I remixed the costume where I had, because I'm a photographer and videographer, so I had both my cameras as my swords, and my breathing technique was camera breathing breathing right. Then I had my J's on, so everything was real smooth. But outside of that, bro, like we just had memories on top of memories. We had movie nights. We had opportunities where we just going and doing random things. So it's always another dope moment, another dope memory, and it's always a time. So you already know, man, Scott Daddy has put us all together and made this thing rock in a beautiful way. But those are some of my favorite moments, and I'll have to go into detail in another video because I'll be talking all day if I did.
What's good? All right, so I will say, since before we did everything with BNF, coming to Texas, I was seeking that brotherhood. Being a part of a fraternity is a type of brotherhood unmatched, but I will say I wanted something a little bit closer to home. I had that back home, but establishing that in Texas is different. I will say that being a part of BNF has truly given me what I was looking for. Having a brotherhood of people that we can joke and talk trash and roast, but it's all love. These are the things I dreamed of growing up as a kid, to have that solidarity between friends. Because I had friends, but not like this. To at the last minute throw something about a graduation out there and then be surprised when everybody show up, kind of thing. That's the kind of thing that I haven't been surprised in a while. I'll say that, and that blew my mind. So being a part of BNF, the confidence level is definitely there. Going to the cons and going to different events, the confidence is there. Going to the movies, I can be myself without having to shush myself or be any other version of myself than the most organic, because who gonna pop you when you with your squad? And so having that feeling, that level of confidence is unmatched by anything else. It feels weird when you're not with that squad, when you're doing all your day-to-day stuff. But other than that, that's what it feels like to be a part of BNF. That's how I've grown since the beginning of BNF. Is the confidence level is the huge thing for me, and the reliability, because it takes time and it's trust for me to trust people. And I think that I truly have trust. I have trust in each and every one of you. And so now, it's not even second nature. It's not even a thought. If I have to call somebody, I don't have to worry about, they're gonna make an excuse, or they're gonna say, all right, cool, let me make something shake. And that's solid. That's rare in today's age, and for that, I'm truly grateful. I am.
All right, so how have you grown since becoming a member of the group?
Since I've become a member of the group, I've grown a lot. I've gotten more trusting, I guess is the way you would put it. I've never really had a friend group like this, where people understand, the nerdy things that I'm into. We talk about anime, DC comics and Marvel comics and stuff. So having that has been a life-changing experience.
So tell me, how have you grown since becoming a member of BNF?
How I've grown. Man, I'll tell you this. We've been in BNF now for almost 3 years. So one thing I've grown about is accepting guys into a circle that I didn't have. So I had a pretty small guy circle prior, and I didn't have one really here where we at now for work. So it allowed me to kind of expand upon that and really trust guys. I'm a one-man army. I pride myself being that one-man soldier, one-man legion. So it's relaxing and cool to have guys in that space that allow myself to lean on them in time of need instead of me doing everything by myself. So that's one of the areas of BNF I really enjoy and appreciate.
First question is, tell me, how have you grown since joining the group?
I believe I've become, more social since I've joined the group. I was more of a recluse before joining the group. I stayed to myself a lot, but I guess it was because I didn't have people around me who, kind of had a similar ways of thinking and had similar interests. So finding people since I moved here has been great. And that's, just to expand on that. When I was living in Louisiana, the rest of the group was already here, so I felt kind of pressured to show up for things because I felt like I was not excluded by the group, but it just course, it's a big difference, like 5 hour difference. So when I finally got over here, things did change, and then I'm able to, and some of them, like half of us work at the same job, so we stay connected that way, and then we stay connected with others outside of the group too. So yeah, it's been a good change. It's probably growth for me. I believe I've become a better person overall, and I think there's still work to be done. I'm moving in the right direction, and I look forward to doing the work to get there.
Man, so the way that I've grown since becoming a member of BNF, it has been very interesting, right? Because I've had a lot of life transitions that have caused me to, one, see things in a different light, but then two, to also become vulnerable and embrace my brothers, right? Because before all this took place, I was very much a lone wolf and having a situation where I didn't have no choice but to tap in and actually trust in prayer that I had prayed, because I had asked God for a group men, black men in particular, that I could become close with, and the prayer was answered. So shout out to Scott Daddy on that. But in regards to just individualized skills and just like trust, and just like everything in general, I have become more confident because I've been able to be around a group of men who are one in tune with accountability and make sure that everyone is pulling their own weight and they're very authentic in regards to being who they are, but in making sure that you are being in alignment with your yes being your yes and your no being your no, right? And also, these are some funny jokers, bro. Like all my brothers in this BNF family, they have you rolling unlike any other, and so like we really just be having some like black boy joy when we link up. I know the last 3 years I've been able to celebrate my birthday. We'll start off the celebration of my birthday with my guys, right? And so it's been a blessing. But long story short, I've grown when it comes to my confidence, when it comes to trusting God, and then when it comes to one, being vulnerable and authentic with people, and just find a time to just have a brotherhood that's the family you get to choose.
So I think that I've definitely have grown since joining the group in so many different ways. I think it's brought a number of identities that are really at my core to the absolute front, and it's allowed me to build community, also to kind of stand on business, on my own as well, especially during a time in my life personally where, I've dealt with personal loss and losing my mom this year. Just being able to find a sense of community and comfort and with a group of guys that, I share so many different types of identities with, one, being a black male, two, being someone who's very well versed and, interested in comics. I'm more of the comic, and DC and Marvel side versus the anime side. But what I love about this group is that, I never felt like, awkward or absent or not seen. And I think definitely in today's society, for us, sometimes we don't feel seen, especially considering all of the things that has happened with, George Floyd, affirmative action, just all these things. It's really easy to lose a part of your identity, but being in this group where you can truly authentically be yourself and understand that this is a safe space, it's just been an amazing opportunity, and I honestly feel as if, my voice has increased, my presence has increased as well. My voice has been amplified as a result of being in this group, so I really enjoy it.
For the future BNF, Fred actually brought a good idea. I would love to be a part of my own panel, or our own panel. That would be amazing. What we would talk about is to be determined. Anything we do together will be fun. And it doesn't ask the question of why people will want to listen to us. The camaraderie, the funny moments, the solidarity amongst brothers, I definitely would see people wanting to, all right, let me see what they're about. Because that's organic. and people are going to be drawn to that. They're going to want to know people's perspective. You can have a panel from anything and everything. You just whatever the best quote that I've gotten so far is awareness creates assignment. And so now that we're aware that we're solid, now that we're aware that we're capable of doing a panel, now we got to do it. So I see us doing a panel. I see us going doing some other stuff, because we can't only just be in the anime space. I see us doing some community stuff. Go reach out to other places like that. That'll help broaden us out. That'll get us money to do other stuff that we want to do. You never know. People might want to take us other places just to represent them and do stuff like that. So I feel like all of us are solid enough that we can all go do some community service work, put ourselves out there like that, and take that message, take that that fire that we have and put it into anything else. So those are two big things that I want to see us get into for the future of BNF, and that's about it. That's all I can think of. I was gonna say expand on members, but I feel like we expanded on members some, and we're growing on that right now. We're growing on that front, and if it happens, it happens. We'll just let the cards fall where they may and go from there.
So, what's your wish for the group in the future?
I have two. I would say one is for the bonds of the group to grow stronger. Three. For the bonds of the group to grow stronger, they always become tighter. Two is for, of course, more members to join. And three, I would say, I think still for everyone to be able to know each other even on an even deeper level, because right now, I think we're still getting to that place. But I think sometimes, there's a certain level of vulnerability that you got to get over in order to really make that deep lifelong connection. I think we can get there.
What are your wishes for BNF moving forward?
Continual growth within the organization. As I mentioned to some of the other guys, we have a unique skill set amongst ourselves and an opportunity to really just fellowship with other guys. And I think there is a great need for this level of support and friendship that we are missing in our community. Whether that be anime, comic books, internet, etc., just loves of cards, card games. We're missing that. And creating a space for more men like that can come together and fellowship and enjoy each other. Not something that's done every day, but in a space where you can have this circle to hang out with, but also have to lean on in those times when you need it. So I'm hoping we continue to grow. We've not doubled our numbers, but we've grown significantly since last year, and I hope we continue to do so moving forward.
First and foremost, I would say my hope for the group would be more DC and Marvel in the mix. Just my personal preference. But no, honestly, one of my biggest hopes for the group is for us not to remain the same people that we are as individuals, but be able to look over a span of time and be able to look at different points, in our respective lives, and to be able to acknowledge the personal growth, right, as an individual, to be able to share in those stories and narratives where, we may have been one way, but to be able to acknowledge the journey, right, and the growth overall as individuals. So, honestly, the hope is to be like a narrator or to be one of the directors, right, in the stories that we're creating for our own individual lives, just to be a part of it and to be like a narrator, right, and to be able to document over time, this is where this person was when I first met them, but look at the beauty and growth, right, over time, and to really be able to acknowledge that. Because I think definitely us as, black males, at times we're so hard on ourselves, we have these very high expectations for ourselves, and it's really easy for us to forget like the growth, right? And the journey over time, but to have, brothers with you that you can share that with, that can tell your story better than you, that's one of my hopes and goals, for sure.
I hope going forward, we continue to grow, we continue to meet more people, have more, amazing memories. It's been great to meet all the guys, and I finally got to meet the last one, so it's a really solid group. Like I said, I hope we get more people that introduce us to different things, we become more refined, and make new experiences as we go along.
Yo, so what's my wishes for the group? It's pretty simple, man. I'm wishing that everybody in our group continues to evolve and turn to the man they're supposed to be, especially when it comes to like what God wants us to be within the group. I feel like each one of our members, we're finding ways to navigate and let our light shine, right? This is one of the only groups I've been a part of where it's been like everybody is just shining it, and it's not like a dim, like I feel like they have to dim their light because of everybody else. It's like, oh, your light shining bright? Let mine shine too. We're gonna make this thing work, and we're gonna all just shine and just blind niggas, like that's the type of vibe that we own, and I really just enjoy that, bro. Like it's different, it's very pure and very authentic, so I'm hoping for more of that, and I'm also hoping for us to get creative and utilize all our talents very efficient and effectively, so that it's a situation where we can create some opportunities for other men and other people in general just to have joy, right? Because that's what we're doing. We pushing joy. That's one of my aliases, the joy pusher. So I want to make sure we keep that going, but then also just make sure that we're in alignment with the overall goal of just bringing people together to have a good time. Yeah.
If you're part of BNF, you didn't get opportunity maybe to do the stuff that you did pretty young, like a lot of young kids. So if you're like 30 younger, we totally understand this may be for you. But if you're like 30 plus, where you're just not getting the anime, just not getting the cosplay, just trying to get to these events and you feel out of place, well, we're building a space for that. Because guess what? You may not feel comfortable in your own skin. We all deal with imposter syndrome. Like, I don't need to be here. I shouldn't do this. This shouldn't be okay. But we're in a space where you should be happy and belong into whatever you believe in. So we're creating that. That's what BNF should be about. Letting guys having that free space to do so.
If you keep the house in the family, you can keep the family in the house. If you're on the run, you got family in the south. We used to watch Annie, are you okay on the couch? My cousin used to say,
Just beat Wapo and guys got your 150. I don't know. Who is that? Who is that?
It literally has
One Piece!
It literally has
One Piece! But what character?
right here.
But what character is it from?
He also said that Luffy is the weakest MC.
I'm about to. No, Naruto is that. But anyway, what is that? Like, what do you mean? What is? I don't mind. The keys?
Yeah. Okay, cool. No, I'm saying keep over them. That's all. What happened to the fight? Oh.
Yeah, please wipe your mouth. Please. I'm circling back to the book sugar and all that stuff.
The bug sugar?
I thought you were gonna ask the question like you did.
Oh, my bad.
for 20 people every week. My uncle in the basement, even if they never speak. He come up, grab a beer, sometime he kiss her on the cheek. Know how to fix a plate, or fix a bike, or fix a leak. Fried catfish, bootleg Medea plays. Nosy auntie, like let me see your grade. Smart auntie, like I could tutor him. Crazy auntie, like if they fail him, I'ma shoot at them. Small donations under false names and pseudonyms. Family pots for